Good evening. I wanted to give a presentation about club coaches and club mentors because to become a DTM with Pathways, you need to do one or the other. You need to be a club sponsor, which is a different role, and you need to be okay. I just made Spiro again. So you need to be a club sponsor and a club coach or club mentor. So if you do not know the differences, this is the reason I am giving this presentation. And I hope that you will not keep this presentation to yourself, but you bring it to your club members as well. If you have club members who are near reaching the DTN. So I am sharing my presentation, starting, okay, I have to go here. Okay, slideshow. So this is the presentation, club coach versus club mentor. So we're going to talk about what is a struggling club, what is a new club, the club coach and club mentor requirements, their official duties, and how to claim your credit for either role. I don't know how to make this. Okay, for now I'll put it here. So a club coach is someone who shares their expertise and knowledge with one or more people who have a different experience than they do. The mentor is someone who shares their experience and knowledge with one or more people who have less or no experience in Toastmasters than they do. That is a slight difference, but it's a very important difference. A club can have a mentor only when it registers for the first 6 months up to a year. And once their membership falters, they will get a club coach. Right. So a struggling club versus new club. A struggling club has between 3 and 12 active members in good standing. And the struggling club is not suspended. If it is suspended or has less than 3 members, it is not eligible to work with up to 2 club coaches. A new club just chartered. They have at least 20 members, and at least 17 of them are totally new to Toastmasters. So they need mentors, they need guides to show them the Toastmasters world, what is available to them, what they can do and they cannot do, and so on. So the reasons that a club is struggling, why has their membership fallen? There's many reasons. I list a number of them. The most often, it's because members have moved away, or they have been fired, so they no longer can be part of the corporate club. Meetings can become stale because the same members are always filling the same roles, and so on. And what I call M/R is many other reasons. It's not just these, but there's many reasons. Before I get to that, a new club is full of energy. They just chartered. They have at least 20 members. So they are full of energy. So what are the requirements to be a club coach? First, You must not have been a member of the club you're coaching for the past 6 months. You must have been a Toastmaster with an active membership for minimum of 1 year, and you have served as a club officer. Why? Because you're going to talk to the executive meeting of the club. So you will need to know what they need to do and what they need to know. You have completed at least level 2 and completed the club coach training module in Basecamp. And you can only coach 1 club at a time. Now, what are the letters in blue? It's because the club mentor requirement has your yes, I'm sorry. Bless you. The club mentor requirements, the blue, are the same. But the club mentor is preferably not a member of the new club. They can be, but it's preferably not. And you must have completed the club mentor training, which is different than club coach. So what does a club coach do? You get to meet the club members of the club you're going to mentor. You build a rapport. You observe and analyze the club environment. What are they doing? What are they not doing? Is there anything that you can spot immediately and tell and say, you need to correct this or correct that, and so on. You help the club develop goals and achieve the goals. You instill enthusiasm, fidelity, and a sense of responsibility. Again, the blue is also done by the club mentor. But the club mentor introduces the new club to the Toastmasters world. The protocols and traditions such as clapping for someone who has been called on to the lectern, and keep on clapping all the way through. Shaking hands to transfer control of the lectern, and so on. This is a new club. They don't know Toastmasters. They don't know what they're supposed to do, but they will probably find a way, well, okay, we can do table topics at the beginning, but what if we want to do it in the middle, after the speeches? That's what I mean by their identity. They want to have a humor speaker at the beginning, or none of them. So you need to help the club find its identity, and you need to confirm the officers understand their duties and have the tools that they need to do their duties. What are the benefits for a club coach? Well, you build team building skills, if you have not already some. You share your experience and expertise with the club. You expand leadership experience, and what I think is most important, develop diplomacy skills, because a club who has lost mentors, a club who has lost members are probably stuck in their ways and do not realize that they're stuck in their ways. So you need to tell them gently, well, maybe this is not, maybe this is why members are leaving. Try another way, or try to change your website. It will attract more people to come to your meetings. Maybe invite people to come to your guests so that you don't have 3-4 members, but you have actually 10 people at your meeting, and it will entice guests to come to a club that has 10 members. Most importantly, you earn credit towards your DTM. What are the benefits for club mentor? You prove yourself as a valuable leader. You obtain fresh perspectives because before being a club mentor, you know how it was when you chartered your club, if you did charter your club. But then since you have 17 new people for, to Toastmasters, they have fresh perspectives. And you apply leadership skills in new situations, the new situations being a new 17 people new to Toastmasters, and you try to form them into a group that will become a Toastmasters club. What are the first 30 days of a club coach? Well, the first 30 days start once you are assigned by Toastmasters International as the club coach for a club. But before you do that, you need to meet with the club president, with a trio member, the club growth director, most probably, but it can also be the program quality director or the district director. And you need to sign the club coach agreement. Once you are assigned club coach, you go and you observe the club dynamics. You develop a rapport with the members and gain their trust. And you can use a club coach troubleshooting guide. And after that, after 30 days, in other words, after the first 2 meetings, you complete and submit the club coach preliminary report within 30 days of appointment. So you have two meetings, and maybe they have an executive meeting in between. So whatever meeting happens, you write about it. You write about it to the club retention chair. So making the club connection, you let them know you're there to help them, to support their unique style. But you can also encourage clubs to go see other clubs. Maybe they don't know, oh, it's possible to do table topics at the end if they want to do that. Emphasize the teamwork. And it is possible that clubs that need a club coach are not really into their club. So you need to foster a sense of ownership. Once a sense of ownership is fostered, members will be more loyal to their club. After the first 30 days, after you have observed the club dynamics, you can suggest to have a club to conduct a moment of truth. A moment of truth is an activity where all the members of the club take 6 different areas of their club, and they grade themselves. They grade themselves from, if I remember correctly, from 1 to 5. And doing so, you can see what the club's weaknesses and strengths are. So you can start working on those, facilitate a discussion saying, okay, these are our strengths, these are our weaknesses. What do you want to work on? Probably the weaknesses first. After moments of truth have been done, complete the club coach progress report 60 days after appointment and every 60 days until the assignment is concluded. The club mentoring, well, you submit a monthly report to the club quality chair, and Daphne will provide feedback. She has provided a report with questions. Answer the questions as fully and as best you can. She'll provide feedback. I will see the report, and I will provide feedback also. Her email, as you can see, is dlisten2@gmail.com. So both the club coach and the club mentor should teach a club how to plan and produce productive club meeting. You must ensure that at least the president and the vice president of education review the club leadership handbook. The club leadership handbook has explanations of all roles that are included in the club's executive meeting. So all 7 of them can see their roles, but at least the president and the vice president of education. You must show leaders how to find and use other tools, such as the dashboard, where you see the status of your club. You can go on toastmasters.org as a tool, and you go on the search on the upper right-hand corner. You type in anything you want, and you will get results. Introduce clubs in pathways. If they're not in pathways, introduce them to pathways and have them enrolled in pathways. If necessary, for a club coach, but for a club mentor, it's very suggested. Have Sandra Washington, the Pathways guru, come and present pathways to all clubs. She is very thorough, and she has been working on that for a long time, so she knows her stuff. So what are quality clubs? Quality clubs have a member-focused perspective. They look at their members, and they want to serve their members. They want to know what their members want, and then make the meetings reflect what the members want. So the club's criteria for service will reflect the quality and the reliability. If the club meetings are one day it's this agenda, the other day it's another agenda, it won't be reliable. It won't be, when you go at the meeting, you will not know what to expect. But if you're reliable, if you serve your members' desires, or I should not say desires, but their needs, you will be a quality club. And the club coach only should recommend displaying the moments of truth club quality standards evaluation, because you will have done a moments of truth. A club mentor will not have done a moments of truth because the club is new. It's not relevant to a new club. So it takes 20 members to support a club. That is why we need 20 members to charter a club. Why 20 members? Because that provides a large space for leadership. When the club charters with 20 members, they have 7 officers. That's another 16. No, what am I counting? I'm counting wrong. Another 13 that are not officers. that will be able to go into officers later. So that's, and it will rotate. As long as you have 20 members, it will provide a strong leadership base. It provides continuity, retaining members. Every member is responsible for keeping all other members satisfied. That's why all other members will come back. And when they come back, that is one way to combat attrition. So what are club membership contests? Any club can devise their own contest, but there are 3 Toastmasters-led membership contests during the year, in the month of August and September, February and March. We're coming up to that one to talk up Toastmasters, and in May and June. What are those contests? TI gives a 10% discount on whatever item the club wants to buy at its shop for to any club who has achieved 5 new members or more. So those are the Toastmaster-led membership contests. You can suggest your struggling club or new club to participate in those. It is important to recognize membership achievements. Formally recognize them in whenever they achieve a DCP goal, whenever they achieve a club level in a path. I'm sorry, whenever they achieve a level in a path. Recognize them in the club newsletter if you have one. Corporate clubs, they should recognize them in the company email, on the company intranet or newsletter. You should recognize them on social media, on club website. But one suggestion is to post the Pathways achievement chart at every meeting. With the Pathways achievement chart, you will be able to see where each member is along each path. So it will instill a good-natured competition between members. So as club coach or club mentor, you will help members develop a vision, get their agreement to fulfill the club mission, and guide the club to set specific goals. With goals, they will work towards those goals. There won't be a club that will have members that just come to give speeches and not move along the DCP. They will have meetings that will move towards those goals. The club mission, as we all know, is we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. That may sound like a lot of blah, blah, blah to new members, but in hindsight, in my 2026, in my now almost 15 years with Toastmasters, yes, it's true. I have more self-confidence. I have grown personally thanks to giving speeches in my club meetings, thanks to being officers or being an officer, or being a district leader, or being an evaluator or a timer, so on, it has increased my self-confidence. Absolutely. So looking to the future, you must teach at least the club officers how to use the Distinguished Club Program and the Club Success Plan. Why the Club Success Plan? Because now it needs to be submitted to Toastmasters International before September 30th in order to be eligible for distinguished status at the end of the Toastmaster year. The Club Success Plan, it helps the club say who is going to accomplish which goal, and it helps the club give estimated dates on those goals. So once again, it's a club success plan. Plan is the operative word. If you don't meet those plans, it's all right. You can always adjust during the year. So what are the club coach credit requirements? What must you do to get credit as a club coach? You must first serve for 6 months and then help your club to become distinguished or better. You must also report every 60 days, get a written confirmation, an email, usually these days, from the president or the vice president of education saying, yes, our club coach has performed his or her duties. And if the club has a minimum of 20 members, then you'll get credit as a district leader. In other words, you will not need to be an area director to get your district leader credit. You will automatically get it. It's one way to spur you to help the club reach 20 goals. Now, we are in the month of January. 6 months later, 6 months from now, sorry, is July. That means that if the club you're coaching gets distinguished this coming June, it does not count towards your club coach credit. It will only count, first you serve your 6 months, and then if your club is distinguished in June of 2027, it will count towards your club coach credit. Now, what about club mentor? For club mentor, it doesn't matter. The distinguished status of the club does not matter. What you need to do is serve 6 months as their mentor, have fulfilled all the reporting requirements, and then get a written confirmation from the president of vice president of education. After all of this is done, you'll get your credit as club mentor. And having done these 2 requirements, you will then have achieved a requirement for your DTM. Now, I open the floor to questions, answers, or even comments. Have you already been a club coach? What was your experience? Have you already been a club mentor? What was your experience? Is there anything you want to say?
Well, first of all, thank you for that presentation, Mark. That was really good. It was very informative, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you doing that. I have never been a club coach, but our club, Bank of America Money Masters, Toastmasters, we have had, I'm thinking one coach in the past, club coach in the past, and currently we have a club coach right now. And well, you know what? No, I don't think it's our club coach. It's our area director that has attended some of our meetings. But we did have a club coach a few years ago, and I think we had a great experience with him. Um, he was very helpful. He attended our meetings, gave suggestions, and just, positive feedback, things we were doing well, things we maybe could change, things like that. Um, and then as far as mentor, I've been a mentor in my club for quite a few years to new people coming in. And most recently, I mentor through level one and then further if they want to. And then we always tell everybody, pay it forward. Once you complete level one, you have the opportunity to mentor somebody new coming in to do what you just completed. So,
Very good.
mhm.
But have you been a club mentor? What you're talking about is a mentor to one Toastmaster in particular.
Oh, I see what you're saying. To mentor a whole club
Yes.
is what you're saying?
The club
No, I have
mentor,
not.
the club mentor is once the club is chartered, these 17 to 20 people are new to the Toastmasters world. So you are mentoring them, you're telling them, okay, this is how a meeting is run. This is how this is what the executive committee should do,
Okay.
and so on.
So
So
you can have both. You can have a club mentor or a club coach, is what you're saying?
you can have a club mentor
Oh,
only
that's for the newer clubs, the
for
newly
the new
chartered
ones.
clubs.
Correct.
Okay. I understand now. Okay.
So, okay, are you interested in being a club mentor, being a club coach? We have in District 103 right now, we have a lot of clubs that are eligible for coaches that don't have coaches.
I would have to say I'm interested, but I don't know if I'm able to right now,
Okay.
just due to my work schedule.
Hmm.
But I definitely would entertain it maybe in the near future. Hmm.
Okay, that's good.
Hmm.
Um, and I see Tamara has joined. Would you be interested in being a club coach or club mentor? Or I saw you joined late, so don't worry. I will send you a link to the entire presentation, to the entire session. I'm sorry. So you will
Okay,
be.
thank you. I do apologize for that.
It's no problem. No problem. So I will send you, and also to Brad and Spiro who joined temporarily. I will send you a link to the presentation so you can see.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So
All right, thank you for that, Mark.
sure, sure. So I don't think unless we have anything to say, I will stop the 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 recording.
Will you also send me the presentation as well?
Yes, to everybody who has joined um, the meeting, I will send the presentation.